Hey guys, Christina Ricci. If you want more pars, let's make sure you're not going down the YouTube rabbit hole. Patrick came over to me after camp and he said, "Hey, I watch you on YouTube." I'm like, "Cool. Did you subscribe?" He's like, "No." I'm like, "Why?" "I don't know. I think I will." So he subscribed. First thing I check when I look at a player for the first time is I check their alignment. It's really important. So Patrick was, all right, so you're aiming for the flag. Not aligned to his intended target line. He was aimed well right. So Patrick, I said, "Patrick, you play often?" He's like, "Yeah, I play." It's like, "I'm just frustrated though. I'm not hitting it well." I'm like, "What's going on?" He's like, "I don't know. I feel like I'm not clearing my lead hip properly. I'm just hitting it fat. I'm hitting everything fat." I'm like, "Wow." So he's like, "I'm watching all these videos on YouTube trying to figure it out." I'm like, "Any luck?" I'm like, he's like, "No." I'm like, "Were you taking lessons?" And he's like, "No." I'm like, "Why?" He's like, "Well, I can't find anybody." That's why you gotta get your alignment first, because if you're aimed right, you'll come across it and chunk it. You know, I don't know what their philosophy is. Do you do lessons, Christina? I'm like, "Well, I typically do camps, but you know, I'm here for another day, so I'll take a look at your swing." So the next day. So we'll say that again. You were working on what?
Now I feel like my face is just all over the place.
What were you working on?
I mean, getting this left side to come through and get my right side out of it, because I was doing a lot of this, you know.
Yeah.
So I just really feel like I'm pulling through this way, getting my left hip and leg to work.
Okay. So clear, you mean?
To clear and to just put some ground force in
Yep,
there.
yep.
And a couple other things I've been working on. I'm trying to keep the lag, and now it seems like I've just struggled with face control.
Well, part of that is alignment. All right, so that's exactly where your aim, the face was a little open. All right, so we have Patrick here next to Adam Scott. Adam Scott has a really clean swing, so it's a really good example to show. So right out of the gate here at setup, Patrick likes to kind of settle into his heels a little bit. His handle's a little too low, way too close to the ball. All right, so Patrick, you got to go ahead and get further away from the ball. Get the handle up a little bit. It's a little too low there. There's a lot of room here. It's pointing to his belt line. Yours is like way low. All right, you just see the room here. You just don't have any room. All right, so what happens there, as you take the club back, you kind of have to skirt yourself around that back leg. And that's what takes the club inside. As your hands move away from you, because you're trying to create the space, which you should have had right out of the gate. And then you take the club inside. So that's why that happens. All right, so just give yourself more room. Get yourself in the balls of your feet so you're more on top of it. All right, your shoulder here should be bisecting the knee, and it's kind of behind it. All right, Adam Scott here is right on top of it. All right, so that's kind of what we want. More in your toe line. Anywhere in this quadrant's fine. All right, you're behind it. So just make a note of that with your setup. That'll really help you. All right, so now as you take the club back, let's take Adam back here to the top because I can't really sync this up. All right, so let's get him right to the top. You can see his butt's on the line. All right, since you're not a butt guy, we give you different triggers to help you get the job done. So here you can see you're coming off the line. All right, coming off the line right already. Okay, now your movement pattern is taking your whole hip line and going this way with your pressure. So you like to feel the pressure on the ground from trail to lee side, but you do it by moving towards the ball. Right, so we're going to see that now. You can see you're moving towards the ball. All right, so there's a bigger gap here. All right, so at this point, you are now moving closer to the ball. And that gets your arm structure stuck. So now you're going to have to early release, and you're going to hit behind it. And where Adam on the downswing moves his pressure and begins to rotate his hip away from the target. That way. Watch his belt line. All right, so he's moving his pressure away from the target. It keeps his butt on the line. All right, so you can focus on your belt line. Right, so now just before impact, we can see both butt cheeks. Here, just before impact, we can only see part of one. Only part of it, too. Alright, so that's the culprit. Because he's cleared, Adam Scott's cleared here, creates space for this. You don't have any space, right? So with your setup, you don't have space, and then as you come through, you don't have space. Right, so that is what's going on in a nutshell. So then you get jammed up in here. Can't release properly. That's why you're hitting behind it. Then you kind of hit up on it, because you have no choice. So you correct that, you're going to be flushing it, because your rhythm and your tempo is real good. Make a good move. Alright, so we've detected that you have early extension. And you said you're not a butt guy, so what do? We're going to go ahead and put a shaft on the ground from your trail toe to your lead heel, and your job is to make your transition. You're still going to put pressure into the ground, but you're going to get that lead hip to come way over here. So it's almost going to feel like it's going backwards and away from the target. Does that make sense?
Yeah, makes sense. It's hard to do.
You just got to overcook it to the point of silly. So right now, I want you to overcook the feel right now to the point of silly. Show me what you do in a rehearsal swing. Go slow-mo. Yeah, I'm going to come in. Go to the top of your swing. So you really got to feel like this goes crazy back like that. It's probably going to feel like a spin out. Alright, but that's what you got to rehearse to even get a little bit in the swing. So do that again.
Slow motion?
Yeah. There you go. Alright, that's what you gotta rehearse. Now, let's put a ball here. Now you're just kind of going straight, just for the mat purposes. Just easy. Alright, so give me that same feeling. That was way better. Alright, so this is just before impact. Your lead hip is clearing nicely. You're going to even rehearse even more in the rehearsal swing. Alright. Very good. Now go ahead and make a swing. Good, how'd you like that? Alright, so we're not going to focus on the butt. We're going to focus on adding a little more forward bend as you go into your backswing. Go. Good, good. Go. Good. How's that feel?
Okay, different, but...
You feel the ground more?
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
For sure.
Good, that's what you're going to feel. So here, go to the top of your swing again. So you're going to press, go to the top. Sorry, start over. You're going to put pressure into my hand as you go into the backswing. I want you to put pressure into my hand. Go ahead. Good. That's what I want. Feel that?
Yep.
That's going to really help you without focusing on the butt.
Okay.
Alright? Alright, so he's going to focus on adding more forward bend. Because he's coming out of his posture by pushing his pelvis forward.
Ready?
Yep. Overcook it. Alright, that was the right idea. Let's get a little closer for the audio. I don't have any audio on. Alright, so what you're going to feel, you like to focus on pressure. So you're going to put this on your hip, which is going to remind you to hip hinge. Alright, and then you're going to go into your backswing, feel like you add more forward bend, but on the downswing, since you like to use the pressure, which I like, you're moving your pressure towards the ball. You need to move your pressure away from the ball like that. So you're going to feel like this lead hip goes lower.
Okay.
Alright, so this is how you're going to rehearse. You're just going to rehearse this.
Okay.
Alright, you're not going to get anything near this in your real swing. Alright, our job is to get this arm structure in front. Right now, you're leaning towards the ball, and this is getting stuck, and you're hitting a back. When players go off is they chase the wrong rabbit, so they work on the wrong thing. It's usually the byproduct of the root cause, so you really need to work with a golf professional so you can understand the root cause of the situation. And in Patrick's case, It was the way he was transferring his pressure during the transition. He was transferring his pressure towards the ball, which created early extension. It created a tiny space for him to hit the ball, so he got too close to the ball when he moved his pressure towards the ball.
So show me what I'm asking you to do. Go ahead and put the club on your hip. Hand, hip hinge. Good. Now go into your backswing with the club on your hip. Go into your backswing. Rotate.
So when you're working with a golf professional, it's important to make sure you find one that communicates in your language.
This is a really good way for you to practice.
Patrick and I are experimenting with different feels and ways.
Low and away as you put your pressure. Yeah, there you go, there you go, there you go. That's it. Do that again. That was really good.
And that is the key when you're working with a golf professional. All right, they're going to help you identify cues and feels that are going to help you understand from your brain to your muscles on how to implement the movement.
Yep, exaggerate it. Yep. Yeah, that's going to really help you.
And once you have a feel that works, you got to overcook the rehearsal to the point of silly to even get a little bit in the real swing. All right, so it's really important that you do that, and that's what I'm doing here with Patrick.
Your swing direction's still going to be out to the right. Your swing's not going to go left.
Okay.
It's just your hip line. And
Do I
your
need
pressure. The pressure isn't going left. You're going right. That's the key. The pressure into the ground needs to go away from...
This is all right for my back, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, this is not going to hurt your back. This is just changing where the direction of your pressure, which you already naturally do.
So that's why you create a relationship with your golf professional. So then they're your coach. They're by your side. They're your cheerleader. They help you through your practice sessions. And then when you get stuck, you have a lesson and you get results.
Oh, yeah, that was awesome.
Right? Doing it on your own is really challenging, especially when you're just chasing your tail, not diagnosing yourself properly, not identifying the true root cause.
How's that?
Pretty good.
That was real good.
Felt-
That was way clickier with the
Contact
sound.
felt
Way
good.
better.
If you have any questions about this, leave a comment. I'll be sure to answer future tips. And if you want to work with me, head to morepires.com. I offer in-person camps, virtual camps, swing programs, the whole shooting match.